I don't know. Well, it's the end of the year. And how did this year turn out? There is the top 5 weather events that took place. And number 5 begins with something we just had. The Foggy December. We were living through it earlier. 41 days of fog in November and December. In fact, 7 dense fog delays that took place. It's pretty big. Now, what causes the fog is that big rainfall. Well, we had a big rainy period as well. November and December, periods of super heavy rainfall, up to 88/100ths of an inch right after Christmas. Hey, that was just the other day. But then, if you go back to the very beginning of the year, it was the opposite. In January and February, we had nothing. Super, super dry. The second driest, in fact, January ever, and February, only at 11/100ths of an inch, the 9th driest. 2 months in a row, back to back, where we typically get tons of rainfall. Then comes number 2, and this one took us into summer, where our high was 115 degrees on one day. No thank you. And we had a low of 80. It was the hottest in 70 years on September 6, 2022. And what was number 1? Keeping it with the heat. All things hot. It was one of the hottest summers altogether. 63 triple-digit days. 11 of those days with 80 degrees or lower, and third hottest September ever, 4th hottest August. I was done with the heat. I'm sure you are too. Well, here's the best thing about this, is that we may be looking at maybe our honorable mention, and that's tomorrow. We have this system here, this area of low pressure is going to be diving down out of the north, bringing significant rainfall. Now, the rain doesn't start until after the winds come out of the south are done. Get this nice rain shadow right around Kern County. And then when it's over, here it comes, the rain. It just sits on us. And if it goes slow enough, we could be looking at significant rainfall going into New Year's Day. So the way the year ends, it starts with rainfall and some significant amounts. So for the rest of the day, it's going to be cloudy, seasonal, 60s. And then New Year's Eve, it starts with the wind, and then here comes the rain with up to 0.8 of an inch of rainfall, and mountains going to 1 to 2 inches of showers. So that means if you're celebrating on New Year's Eve night outside, you plan on a wet one. That sloppy wet kiss is going to be not fun. Take a look at this. 65 degrees on New Year's Eve, but rain going into New Year's Day, much cooler. Spend all your plans inside rather than out. And then on Monday, we're looking at a little bit of a break until the next round of showers arrive. It looks like this year for January is going to be filled with rain, and that's good news. And maybe even some snow flurries as well going along with that. Temperatures do drop more in the mountain areas come on New Year's Day. So if you're driving over the mountain passes, there's a chance for some snow up in those spots, so be aware of that. Either way, rainfall starts as early as tomorrow. Today's the break, and the rain is back on New Year's Eve.